In this video, I will analyze the portfolio of one of my subscribers, one of you guys. I made a post on eToro, the online social trading platform. If you want me to analyze your portfolio, please comment to this post. I will make a video about it and I have received a few comments. So let's check this one from Adnana. 1986. So the goal of this video is to give you some tips, because maybe you share some names with this person, maybe you have the philosophy. What I see is that this person joined eToro in 2024 with a loss when the market was going high and the S&P 500 was up more than 20%. So I'm looking forward to seeing the portfolio. In case this is your first time to this YouTube channel, welcome. My name is Christophe Nour. I've been investing in the stock market for almost a decade now, and I have achieved a performance of 25% per year. So the goal is to invest in great stocks, right? This is a very concentrated portfolio. All the positions are in the red. Oh wow. Wow, you have 4 positions. Gold, 40% of the portfolio. Tesla, 25% of the portfolio. Apple, 25% of the portfolio. And some currency, euro, dollar, 10% of the portfolio. Wow, it's such a concentrated portfolio. If I look at the stats, when did this person join eToro? They joined eToro in September 2024. And November losses, December losses. I mean, in November, it was a green month for everybody. So I want to see what happened here. And in December, the performance completely crashed, minus 16%. So now, I mean, you have 4 positions. So there is not a lot to say to this. 40% of your portfolio is in gold. And this is definitely something that I wouldn't recommend at all. Now you see that gold prices are at all-time highs because of inflation. People think that it's a hedge. Okay, very well. It's better to be even more hedged and invest in profitable businesses that are producing some value. But okay, I could see that it is in the safety zone, but I mean, your biggest position is in gold. So this is quite telling. If your biggest position is in gold, that means you want safety. You maybe don't want large results, large returns. You don't expect to grow 15% per year. I mean, if you look at the past performance for gold, it was not that good if you look at the past few years. And what is very surprising is that now you can see, because of gold, it's a safe portfolio. Not at all. They invest in Tesla and in Apple. Tesla and Apple are great companies, but at current valuation, these stocks may be bad investments. Let me show you something. By the way, if you're looking for a complete framework to analyze stocks and build a strong portfolio, I have a coaching program. More on that at the end of the video. Investing, stock unlock. I will show you the valuation for Apple because you will understand. You created your account on eToro recently, so I suspect you bought Apple recently, and I want to show you something, the valuation, because right now Apple is very big, Apple is very profitable, but Apple is very expensive. If you look at the price earnings ratio, PE ratio, this is a method to value if a business is overvalued or cheap. Warren Buffett bought here in 2016, right? PE ratio of 10. Warren Buffett bought more around here with a PE ratio of 16.7. So now we are talking about an extremely good company. Warren Buffett analyzed it and he bought a lot and made it its first position in his portfolio. And now Warren Buffett is selling the position. The PE ratio went from 10 to now 40. 40 times earnings. On average, when a stock is trading at a PE of 40, the results are quite bad. You need a lot of growth to sustain this high valuation. And Apple is not growing that much. Over the past few years, the growth has not been there. It's just buybacks and efficiency. So Warren Buffett has started selling its stock here at a PE of 35. Warren Buffett has sold more at a P of 40. So you bought recently. So in your opinion, you know better than Warren Buffett. No, maybe you may be right, maybe not. My opinion is Apple is very expensive at the moment. And to sustain a PE ratio of 40, you need a lot of growth. And if you check the revenue for Apple, you see that, let me check this. In the past few years, the growth has not been extremely good. Same thing for the earnings per share. The growth is here, but since 2021, no big amount of growth. It's purely buybacks at this point. So if you look at the past few years, what has been the CAGR? Let's say the past 10 years. CAGR has been 14%. So you are looking at a business that has grown 14% in the teens. And since 2020, they grow 15%. And since 2021, no growth. Okay. Seems like they reached a high plateau. The reason you invest in Apple right now, I'm guessing, is you invest at a high price because you expect a super cycle, maybe. You expect the new iPhone sales. You expect the growth to come back. Because now, for the past 4 years, growth has done nothing. So that's the way to look at it. If you don't think Apple will continue to grow exponentially in the future, then you are making a costly mistake if you invest in Apple right now. The best investor in the world, Warren Buffett, is selling his shares because he thinks the valuation is too high. He's not comfortable with the shares. Do you want to bet against Warren Buffett? That's a good question. Some people do it. But what I see among big value investors in the world, everybody is selling Apple because of high valuation. So my recommendation, this is not a recommendation to buy or to sell, but be cautious with Apple. Now Tesla. Another question for you is, why did you invest in Tesla right now when Tesla is going back up? And why didn't you invest in Tesla when nobody wanted it? Now, if you look at the stock price for Tesla, since Trump became president, since people voted for Trump, the stock price for Tesla increased massively. You can look at here in November 2024, the stock price went from $300 to $400, so plus 30% or even more. Okay, very well. If you look at the valuation, the price earnings ratio, you can see that the PE ratio is now 100. Same kind of question I will ask you. Do you think the growth of Tesla will continue exponentially? You have to justify this high valuation. PE ratio of 100. So purely quantitatively speaking, Tesla is overvalued by a lot. So let me check the revenue for this one. Is the top line accelerating? This is your revenue. Similar pattern. You expect that the growth will continue. Maybe valuation will take a hit. Maybe valuation will cut in half. In my opinion, I will never invest in Apple at these current prices. I will never touch Tesla at these current prices. So for these two stocks, I strongly disagree on this one. Frankly, I don't like it at all. I don't like these picks at all at these levels. You could buy them a few years ago when the valuation was lower, but now the valuation is extremely high. The hype for Tesla is extremely high. You can be disappointed a lot, and you are betting on a genius future. Maybe you only invest in companies when you have a genius CEO. Apple does not have Steve Jobs, but Tim Cook is a great CEO. And Tesla, you have Elon Musk. Maybe that's a strategy. But I would not touch these stocks at all at current prices. And similarly, I would not touch gold at all. You have to decide what you want in your portfolio. Either you want a safe portfolio with gold, or you want a risky portfolio with Tesla. That's a special portfolio you have here. And what about the currency? Euro dollar. I don't have much opinion on currencies. I see a strong dollar at the moment, given the global politics of our world, but I don't know what to say. I have no real opinion on this one. So your portfolio, I don't like it at all. I don't like it at all. Please focus on profitable business that you can buy at a cheap price. What you can do right now is that you can focus on companies that are high quality, as Tesla and Apple, but you can focus on companies that are cheap. I talked to you about the PE ratio, the valuation. Well, you can do the same kind of analysis, profitable business, etc., driven CEO, for businesses with a low PE ratio. Meaning, less than 30 would be better than what you have right now. Less than 20. You can do this. You can use a screener. I have FinChat. This is a link in my description below. I have a discount code for FinChat if you want to use a screener. And you can put a parameter, a criteria to find quality businesses available at a cheap price. But for the moment, frankly, I don't like your portfolio at all, and I'm expecting some bad returns on this one. If I had to guess, I don't even know if you will make 10% per year with this portfolio. The hype around Tesla can continue. If you look at the stock price for Tesla, a lot of the stock price is driven by sentiment and hype, robotaxis, the future, robots. So the hype can continue and the valuation may never come down to reality. It's overvalued, but it can be overvalued for a long time. But for Apple, I have no doubt. For Apple, I'm very confident that we don't have the hype because we don't have a superstar CEO. So you don't have such exciting projects. Valuation will come down eventually. I don't know how, I don't know when, I don't know for what reason, but you don't have the hype associated with Tesla. So out of these two, maybe Tesla will give you better results because of the irrational markets we live in. For Apple, I don't like it at all at current prices. So that's my advice, recommendation regarding your portfolio. Be sure of what you want. If you invest in overvalued companies, you will have terrible results. So my recommendation is analyze quality businesses like these two, but at a cheaper price, like a PE ratio below 20. It will give you much better results. If you like this content, I have an investing coaching program. In this program, you will learn a complete investing process. You will learn how to find good stock ideas, how to properly value stocks, when to buy, when to sell, so that you can build a strong portfolio. Additionally, you will have access to my personalized guidance for long-term results. We will do weekly calls where we analyze stocks together, and you will have access to my private number available 24/7 for full support. If you are blocked, if you have any questions, I'm here to help. Click the first link in the description to get more information. You will get a video that explains how everything works completely for free. No need to sign up, no need for your email address. Just click the first link in the description and I'll see you on the other side.